Gotta look good for Billy. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to William Martin Joel Week here on Listography. Yesterday, we counted down the entire discography of Billy Joel. A lot of surprises. Great episode. Please go back and watch it if you have not already. Today, however, we are counting down our top 10 songs, and this one might be surprising if you didn't watch the album rankings first, because some weird lists in here. I think you'll like mine. I can't speak for Jason and Kramzer's, but we're going to count them down anyway. Who's kicking this bad boy off?
I will kick it. Number 10. I don't have too much to say about these songs other than I kind of like them and can tolerate them more than pretty much any other Billy Joel stuff. But number 10, I've got All for Lena. Good new wave, wavy poppy, pop rock stuff. Sounds like everything else on that album, but pretty good. Number 9, the first song of the first album, She's Got a Way. Really nice composition, very pretty. One of his better pieces, better lyrics for sure. Number 8, I've got Don't Ask Me Why. Nice, peaceful, and cheerful. I like the guitar. I'm not sure. He uses a lot of nylon guitars. I don't know if it is. Kind of sounds like it, but he's strumming it, so maybe not. Number 7, I've got Sometimes a Fantasy. Pretty much because I can close my eyes and pretend it's the Cars, kind of, and it works for me. I think it's pretty good. At number 6, I've got Roberta. Really good piano. Some of his best lyrics, especially when he says, you need to move in other circles. It's tough for me. It's tough for you. I'll give him a thumbs up on that one. Number 5, Say Goodbye to Hollywood. Like the malice and kind of the vengefulness. You know what he's thinking. Sounds also kind of like a Springsteen Elton John hybrid to me. I dig it. Number 4, the hit that you guys both hate. It's still rock and roll to me. Obviously, I'm digging a lot from this era. It's just nice and kind of simple, and I actually kind of like the lyrics. C'est à toi, number 3. Just a really pretty song. Love the English lines, love the French stuff. The guitar sounds really good. Number 2, I've got Rosalinda's Eyes. Really saves the star rating on that album. I think it's a really gorgeous, has that cool like key sound that sounds with the bass like it's like a floating bubbly balloon kind of deal. It's hard to describe, but I think it works really well. But my number 1 has to be just a good simple piano ballad. She's Always a Woman, just pretty lovely, and he's not over singing, which is my biggest Achilles heel with my Billy Joel enjoyment. And I think it's a pretty good song. I think there's a lot of singers that could really knock it out of the park, but this one's just fine. I give it a 2 thumbs up.
My number 10 is I Go to Extremes from Stormfront. I don't really know why I like this song so much. It's just a good pop song. I think it's really catchy. Number 9, I have also from Stormfront, And So It Goes. I think this is a really strong and very clear vocal performance from him. I think it's a really nice song. The piano sounds great. Number 8, I have Zanzibar. Like Joe said in the previous video, maybe the closest they ever got this, or the closest he ever got to Steely Dan. Number 7, I have James. I love the electric piano on it. I think it's a really pretty song in its own right, but the tone and the way that piano is recorded is just magical, I think. Number 6, Rosalinda's Eyes. Beautiful song, but with all these really unexpected jazzy twists and turns, but they don't feel like twists and turns. They fit nicely into the song, and they don't detract at all from the melody or anything else that's going on in the song. Number 5, I've got Sleeping with the Television On. Super catchy, kind of power pop song. Like I said in the previous video, reminds me a lot of Utopia. Number 4, I've got Great Suburban Showdown. A little bit Jackson Brown-esque, that sort of 70s LA singer-songwriter vibe. I love the pedal steel on it, and I also love the pedal steel on my number 3 from the same record, Last of the Big Time Spenders. My number 2 is Lara, very Beatles-esque track. Also hear a little bit like Cheap Trick in there as well, especially in the harmonies. But my number 1 from his debut album, I've got She's Got Away. I think it's a really well-written song. I love his voice on it, despite it being too fast and maybe too high-pitched. I think he sounds really good. I think the vibrato in his voice is really great on this track. So that's my number 1.
So we did shout out when we did our band songs, if it would ever happen again, that the first song in the entire catalog would be someone's favorite song, because I had Tears of Rage, and now you've got it with Billy Joel.
There you go.
Very, very uninteresting. Okay. No, that is interesting. I also have that on my list at number 10, but I have the live version that you can hear on the radio from Songs in an Attic. I think it's just a little less high. Like, I kind of like that vibrato that he has on the first couple albums, but I don't know, it sounds a little too much. Like, you talk about Joel over singing. I think he overdoes the vibrato a little bit on his first, kind of up through Street Life Serenade. But it's a great song. Like, it's one of those classic American songbook torch songs that pretty much is a standard at this point. So it is interesting that his very first song kind of has that status now. Number 9, I got Miami 2017. Kind of that weird, like, proggy, foghorn, whatever going on at the beginning. And then great piano and some really kind of interesting lyrics about New York City destroyed and taking the Yankees off on like a battleship or something. And it's just kind of weird and cool and sort of sticks out for being a little more science fiction-y than his normal output. Number 8, I got Moving Out, Anthony's song. I love the just the little extra stuff, the little Italian, the New York, Jersey kind of little emphasis he puts on his songs, really sort of puts them in a time and place, makes them real. Number 7, I have Scenes from Italian Restaurant. I want to talk about Italian sort of standards. It's his Bohemian Rhapsody. It's pretty much 3 songs bridged together. I think they're all incredibly catchy, all sort of different the way, one's slow, one's little sort of wistful. Then you have the big kind of pop number of almost Jack and Diane kind of level. So I think it's a cool sort of longer epic from Joel. Number 6, I got Goodnight Saigon. I really like the military drumming kind of, again, it sort of puts you in a place really well. The drums have that kind of like gunshot quality, the way they come in really harshly. I think the lyrics are really good. It's really literal depiction, and I love, in a kind of sad, tragic way, the refrain of "We said we'd all go down together," with sort of everybody joining in on the chorus. Number 5, I got Pressure. Jason said he doesn't like the production on this album, but for some reason it really works. The drums and the bass and the piano all kind of work together to make this really percussive sound, really driving. And the way it doesn't really have a chorus. The chorus is just pressure, just him singing the lyric. And during the verse, it doesn't actually speed up, but they start adding in a little extra notes, and it kind of has this really kind of cool build that feels like it's getting faster as more pressure is applied, sort of like a literal, you feel the pressure in the music. Number 4, I got Zanzibar, obviously, because it kind of got a Steely Dan reference, kind of a cool jazz breakdown in the middle and the outro. And I think the lyrics are sort of, again, it's one of those songs that doesn't really sound like anything else in his catalog. So I think it's pretty cool, interesting story. Number 3, I got Sleeping with the Television On. Great backing vocals, little new wave. Again, I like the lyrics. It's not ornate or too much. It's just very straightforward, sort of a come on, but I think it works really well. Number 2, I got Allentown. I love, it's kind of cheesy, but the way the clanking metal, it just has that time and place feel where everything kind of brings it together. It's kind of sad story of, a steel mill worker, out of work, and the kids don't have any future because they're living in a steel town in the 70s and 80s, and everything's shutting down. And it's really pretty, the way it evokes, the past, but kind of has no future. So you get this really gorgeous melody and a really kind of sad song. I think it works really well. My number 1, however, Uptown Girl. I wish I could sing it because I would. Because I just want to sing it. If I hear it on the radio, I just love those kind of big Frankie Valli backing vocals, the whoa, 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 whoas. Just so catchy. Can't get it out of my brain. Just lodged in there. Love it. Super upbeat and fun, and everything I love about Joel just in one song. So number 1, Uptown Girl. I had such a big list for Billy Joel. There's really not any songs I don't like. Like I can think of 5 or 6 songs that I really don't ever want to listen to. But everything else, I could have gone a lot of different directions. Pretty much anything off The Stranger, or 52nd Street, or Turnstiles, or I think most of Stormfront's really good. So just tough to get it down to 10 songs.
You can sing Uptown Girl. Come on.
I can't. It's just new. We'd all have to do it. We got to practice. We'll practice that one. You can take the lead. I'll do the backups.
That sounds good. Yeah, let's do that.
Anyway, those were our top 10 favorite William Joel songs. Leave your favorite William Joel songs in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, check the description for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We do post on there occasionally. And William Joel Week will continue tomorrow with our fun side 3. If you haven't, go back and watch the discography, the listography of Billy Joel, because that was a fun one. I enjoyed that one, and thanks for watching.